I think we're live. Let's see here. There we go. All right. That took a bit. Needed to restart. But here we are. Hi, guys. It's been a couple weeks, so lots to talk about today. I'm live right now on YouTube. I'm going to get going on Facebook as well so that everybody can find me. So bear with me while I get that going. I'm sorry for the late start. If you're not from Chicago, you may not know, but this could be national news. I have no idea. One of our major highways in Chicago is like block 2 lanes, basically from, I don't know, the airport almost all the way to downtown. So, and that's a 3-year project that they started just last week. So that's my new commute now. Is dealing with a lot more congestion on the way home and back. Apparently I can't do 2 things at the same time here. Let's go here. Let's try this. Live video. Okay. Select. This should go pretty quick though. Me getting all set up. Of course. So if you're watching, I would love to know how you are doing. What's been the biggest thing in the last 2 weeks of your life? Cool. All right, so that should work now. Okay, now. Hopefully this is not streaming to my main page again. Oh my god. Get that out of here. Okay. Luckily we don't have a lot of live viewers right now. But if you're watching in the replay, maybe just I'll make a giant gesture when I'm actually talking about something interesting here. I'm struggling a little bit and maybe making mistakes, and I don't like making mistakes. Let's see. Okay. Switch back. I apparently don't know how to use the internet. Okay. May have to just miss the Facebook today because it's just not going well. Let's try one more time. Oh, Bert, I like the topic that you put in the chat. I see it already. And that's definitely something I want to touch on today. Okay. Yeah, baby brain? Sure, I'll take it. That's the nice thing is when you're pregnant, you can blame lots of things on the pregnancy and you can get out of things. It's a perk that I didn't really know existed. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to apologize to my Facebook fam later. And that's that. Ha! I got it. A little bit of persistence is all you need. Patience and persistence. Okay. Hello. Welcome back. I took last week off and we've got a lot to catch up on. I think one of the biggest highlights that we have, it's not necessarily about mine and Bert's big announcement that we're pregnant and expecting in August, but that we hit a pretty big milestone with our foster family here. I'm going to share what we did, and I want to share a few wins. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and the reason is because I read an article the other day about excuse me, a bad situation that happened in the DCFS foster system. And it just really makes me sad that the stories that make the news so many times in the newspaper are the bad stories. And I think that that's why a lot of people are afraid to get involved with fostering. Is there's just kind of this, I don't know, this idea that the system's maybe not perfect, and it's certainly not, but there are good stories. So I'm going to share some of that today. Hi, Amy. Okay, and sorry for the late start, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. Yes, we're live on Facebook now, so we're good. It took a bit to get there. Okay, so let's jump into the foster stuff first. So, huge win. I'm going to jump right in and say this. In Chicago, 8th graders have to apply to what high school they want to go to in the fall. And what they do is they pick not just the high school, but also a program within the high school. So if they have an interest in, say, medical field, or technology, or the arts, they can actually pick those programs at different high schools around the city. Now, there's not your typical like transportation to school. You have to figure out how to get around the city to go to that school if you get selected for it. So we went through this process in the fall, and it includes submitting your 7th grade grades, which our foster daughter had before she joined us here. And then they take a test in 8th grade, at the beginning of 8th grade. Luckily, when she was with us and she took that test, we asked her each day, it's a 2-day thing, how did it go? And she goes, it was easy. And we're like, okay, hopefully it actually was. Well, I am so excited to share. We are just over the moon for her because she got into her first choice of school. And it is it's like a pre-medical program, a health and science program at a high school that's nearby. So it's like a very doable thing. The bittersweet part of it, though, is that she likely won't be living here in the fall, but it still felt like a huge victory, a huge confidence boost, and it was just such a big thing to celebrate for us. So I'm just so proud. I'm just so proud. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing in the congratulations for her. She's a really smart kid, and I think that this was a huge confidence boost for her. We tell her all the time how much potential she has, but I think that this was just another thing that kind of solidified that. She's like, oh, okay, there's actually something else that says, I've got smarts, and she does. So we're hoping she can kind of take this acceptance. It's not really a letter. It's in a portal online, because everything is these days. And maybe take it to where she's moving and hopefully, show them, and maybe she'll get, accepted into some sort of advanced program or class there. Who knows? So we'll see. And things are never final in the foster system. So who knows? Maybe she will be here in the fall, and she would have this ready to go. So we shall see, and we'll of course keep you updated because this is our life, and it's our family. This is she's family to us. Last week on Wednesday. Can you believe it? But it's been 6 months since she first came to our home. We celebrated. And I know it's a weird thing to celebrate a foster kid being in a foster home. But it is something worth celebrating. If you've developed a relationship with them and a connection with them, celebrating that connection is a big deal. So Bert and I thought about how can we do this? And he's like, well, let's just get a cake and cupcakes. And I'm like, well, that's a lot of sugar late at night. We did have cake, but I thought, I think what we should really do is she's seen me give Bert a scavenger hunt for his birthday, and she asked for one. And I thought, this is a perfect opportunity. Let's do a scavenger hunt, and we'll have 6 clues because it's been 6 months. So we did that. Hid the clues around the house while she wasn't, paying attention. And then at the end, I had written her a poem for the 6 months to celebrate the, milestone. And the poem was very specific to it being a 6-month anniversary with us, being a youth in care and being a small family with us, and it was, excuse me, I'm out of breath because I was just like so panicked right before I went live, getting everything set up at the last minute. But I was trying to celebrate how family is love, not blood. And this has been a recurring theme with her, and not just with us, but also with her background and also meeting people in our lives. And for me and Bert, when we were considering adoption, and how this has been something that we truly believe is that, biologically, having a biological connection to someone does not automatically mean you have a strong connection with them. Something much stronger than that can happen without being biologically connected, right? You can be adopted. You can have someone that you're so close to in your life that's you don't even consider a mom or a dad or a brother or sister, aunt or uncle, but to you that person is so close that they're family. So exactly. Thank you so much for saying this. And we've had a lot of great examples in our lives. My dad and Bert's mom are both adopted, and we've shared that with Imani, and we've displayed how it's normal. So that was a really big thing, a theme that we had last week when we celebrated this milestone with her. That we love her because of the relationship that we have with her. Yes, it is crazy that it's already 6 months. It does feel like time has flown by. I mean, it's, how do they say, like the minutes fly by, but the days last forever, something like that. There's definitely the long days. And the poem definitely included that, right? It included the ups and the downs. It included, I wish I had it here. I would read it, maybe share it with you, because it's, I think, a relatable poem for foster situation. Maybe even outside of foster situations. Anyway, it was all very well received. We had a very nice night, and I think that love kind of carried over, throughout the week, and so that was on Wednesday, and then on Friday getting the news about the high school, and then on Saturday, or over the weekend, she had a visit and got to see some old friends, and family. So we're on one of those high end weeks right now, which is that is not always the norm. That is definitely, with any family, there's going to be hard weeks, and with any kid, or especially teenager, there's going to be hard weeks. Yeah, family is when you decide it's family. Exactly. And, and maybe there's not just a moment that defines it. It's like a kind of a continuous, a gradient into family and closeness. I think that's very, very true. Yeah, I think this is in regards to the high school thing. Print it and frame it. I haven't actually seen what it looks like in the portal myself, because I called when I saw that other high schools, like, parents were starting to like celebrate their kids and what they got into, and I'm like, oh my god, that means we got it too. So I called, and I was on speakerphone, and they told me, and it was just such an exciting thing. So I haven't seen it myself, but yeah. I think that there is something that we can print out and make sure that it's not forgotten. Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any other comments here. Okay, so I think that it's important to share these two stories with you. The celebration, the wins, the celebration, and then the win with the high school. You personally may not be interested in becoming a foster parent. However, maybe somebody you're talking to someday may bring it up or have an opinion about it, and you hopefully will remember that there are these good stories, these good situations, and I hope that you help at least be an advocate of the foster system. Because even though it's not perfect, we do need good foster families, foster parents. Even if you're single, you can be a foster parent. It is really tough because a lot of good kids don't end up in a home with, just where they can get that kind of more family attention. They end up in a group home where it's a little tougher for them to feel like they're part of a family. Not saying that it's impossible in a group setting, but group settings are tougher because you have all sorts of different backgrounds and stuff of kids that need attention, and it's definitely a different experience for the kids. I'm thankful that those kinds of places exist. Obviously, I don't know what happens to the kids at all if those group homes didn't exist. I don't know what happens to the kids. But goal is always reunification, and it is a hard thing to sign up for something like this and know that it's not permanent. But there is kind of a silver lining that I'll share with you, which is that we know that she'll be leaving us one way or another. Whether that's in June, which is currently what we're expecting, or if it'll be longer than that. And the plan is, she still gets reunited with Mom. The plan is that she will not be here until, she's 18 or moves to college. That is, and that's okay. But we know no matter when she leaves, we will continue a relationship with her. I can't say that that's always the case, because I know that's not always how it is. And there's different types of foster parents, and the way that Bert and I work together and go through the advanced training. And, we have a lot of these discussions, just the two of us, about how we handle life. We know that, we may be kind of kind of a special case. That's not always going to be how every foster situation is. But you watching, maybe you've been influenced, and maybe you can help, kind of push those kinds of situations in any way that you can. Maybe you'll sign up for it someday. Maybe someone else will, and you'll encourage them and be there to support them. But I do strongly believe that this is a very doable thing, and I want to start advocating more outwardly about people signing up for fostering and supporting the system. So I don't know. I hope that's maybe a little inspiring. And if you are interested in becoming a foster parent or know someone who is, I would more than happy to connect, to talk, answer questions, all the questions. Even if those questions are, you may, I was thinking about them, I wonder what people are scared to ask with becoming a foster parent. I don't know. And if you do have those questions, please put them in the chat. And if you don't want to put them in the chat and you want to talk to me offline, please send me a message. I'm happy to do that too. But questions like, maybe you want to know, do you get reimbursed? Does it cost money to be a foster parent? And to be honest, you do need to have a steady income, because there are going to be out-of-pocket costs. You are raising another human. You do get reimbursed for a lot of things. And if you are good at budgeting, if you do a lot of, cooking at home, and if you're good at sticking to, a budget, you're fine. We're not making money off of being a foster parent, but we're also not paying a lot out of pocket to be foster parents. A lot of this is budgeted based on the stipend that we get from DCFS. Sending Imani to visit her grandma for spring break is being covered as well. We were going to pay for that out of pocket and found out it could be completely reimbursed. A lot of after-school activities can be reimbursed. Mental health and everything covered by the program. So those kinds of things, you may think, wow, it's already a lot to pay for, my own kid. How am I going to take care of another kid that I'm investing in, and then they're just going to leave anyway? But it's actually, you have a ton of support. And then there's a lot of people that will check in at different times of the whole time that you're with, each child, that it's like a checks and balances. They'll check in, see how things are going, court dates and everything like that for you to participate and advocate for the kid. And it is really rewarding. It's tiring at times, but the rewards are worth it. So, okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox about this. Paul, hey, thanks for saying this too. The Big Brother programs are always great too. I agree. If you want to get involved, kind of baby step your way in. There are things like Big Brothers, Big Sisters clubs. At our local group foster home, Bert and I had volunteered there before. That's also a great place. You can just go in, volunteer a couple of hours here and there. You can also become a mentor towards kids in the group home so that you're actually paired up with a kid that's, an adult in their life that can help encourage them, help them feel a little bit more optimistic about what they're doing. I think that's a lot of the things as these kids start to lose hope. And they don't have someone pushing them along, telling them, hey, you can do this. And even Bert and I here telling Imani regularly, like, that she's doing a good job. She needs extra. She needs, like, someone else to say, a portal to tell her, like, that she's good and she can do things, more than she expected. So, anyway, hope this was a little inspiring. There's also amazing things. I know that one of our viewers, I don't know if she watches very often. I think she does because she actually messaged me the other day. I don't know if she watches a lot, but Amanda in Minnesota opened a dance studio for kids, and it's not about dance competitions. It is about it's about welcoming all the kids in and making them feel like they belong no matter what, no matter how good or bad at dancing that they are. It's a place for them to feel like they belong. And gosh, that's it right there. Making kids feel like they belong somewhere. That's all. If you can do that anywhere, that's huge. That's it. Oh, Marcus, thank you. I appreciate you saying that I'm inspiring. Good. I hope to hear next week that you've applied to be a foster parent. Okay, I'm going to get off my weird little high horse soapbox thing. I'm going to talk now about what life is like for me and Bert. Balancing this kind of unexpected turn of events where we thought we were just going down a fast foster parent route, and now we are also going to be biological parents. So we are at 19 weeks today with our pregnancy. Next week I will have an anatomy scan where hopefully everything is going normal and looking good. I'll give you that update next Monday. Hopefully I'll be smiling and not crying, but I will be honest with you and let you know how it is. We are not even close to starting our baby registry, thinking about showers. I haven't even announced outside of this Monday live stream, other than one-on-one with like coworkers, people I work with, and close friends and family. We still have not put it on like social media for the world to know. I guess technically the world could find it here. There's no nursery. We've talked about like painting a mural in the nursery. So I have a cute story, which is that Bert has this idea that we're going to name our baby daughter Galadriel. If you know that reference, it is from Lord of the Rings. It's a character that I don't I don't even know. I have to watch because he loves this stuff, and I think it was a joke, but anyway, we have this joke that her name's Galadriel. Anyway, the mural on the wall in the nursery, we've talked about doing mountains, and we both like the mountains, not living there, but visiting. And then he said, but I saw this really cool idea where they painted the Lord of the Rings characters in there. I'm like, we were off to such a good start with the mountains. And he goes, yeah, but they were all foxes. And I'm like, okay, let's meet in the middle. I love it because I love foxes. So if we're going to paint all these characters as foxes, I'm in. So if you're a muralist and you think you can do that, let me know. I don't know how to spell Galadriel. Bert might be able to put it in the chat. I have no idea. I think we could shorten it to Gladys if we really wanted to. Bert, yeah, Bert's been trying to get us to like have a Lord of the Rings marathon, and I'm just like, sorry, I gotta go do the laundry. Yeah. Close friends and family and the internet. Yeah. Very funny, guys. Cute. And even if Bert, she is a badass, like, whatever we name our girl, she's gonna be a badass. So we don't have to name her after another badass. She's gonna make a name for herself. Boom. All right, here's the spelling of it. Galdriel. It's actually kind of prettier. That's not how I thought it was spelled, but now that I'm seeing it, it actually is kind of pretty, and I hate that I'm saying that. Anyway, so we don't have real names picked out. We don't have a nursery. We don't have registry. I did just have someone offer to throw me a baby shower, which I'm very excited about. But I think I just have no idea. Like, I'm very shy about that stuff. Weird, like having someone shower me with gifts. I don't know. Us with gifts. Yeah. I think we should have a baby queue. It sounds weird, but just have everyone over for a barbecue in the backyard, and if they want to bring a present, they can. Anyway. Name is growing on me, or is she growing in me? I'm not sure. Paul's naming his son something strong, like Sauron. Is that another Lord of the Rings thing? I don't know what Sauron is. I might have missed this one. You guys might all be laughing. I'm not sure. Oh, that's true. I think we did say that the chat could help pick a name, so we'll see. If you've got ideas, I guess you could put them out there. We'll add them to a list. Oh, God. Okay, what else did I say I was going to talk about today? Oh, okay, there must be some sort of Lord of the Rings battle going on here. Okay, it's over my head. I guess I really do have to watch. Okay, so I said I was going to say, okay, so expecting a baby as a foster parent, I put that in the description. So the reason I say, like, we haven't started any of this stuff, and I think because so much of our focus right now is on being a foster parent and not making her feel like she's second, but what my therapist says is to include her in, because we're family, right? And our family is growing. So we've started to do that. We've offered to, let her help pick things out for the nursery, even though we haven't started, but we offered and she got excited. She talks about being a big sister in the fall, and I think we're moving in that direction where we're incorporating it into the family that we are right now, our small family, and we don't have to keep it separate. So if you ever find yourself in this situation as a foster parent, who then gets pregnant with your first child, while fostering, know that it's not as scary as it first feels. Because it was scary at first. I felt like I needed to keep it a secret because I didn't want it to influence the case. But now, the further we get into this, I don't feel like it's influencing the case. I think that the case is moving along no matter whether I was pregnant or not. And it's just part of the journey now. So it was not like that for a while for me. It took me a while to get there, and I think I'm still working through all that. But it's a complex feeling when you're taking care of someone that needs a lot of your attention that you signed up for. And then you're adding a completely different type of family member to the family. But if you make the foster child feel like they're still part of the family and still important and that they're not second, it works. It totally works. It totally works. So we're good. Okay, what else did I say? We talked about celebrating after 6 months. Okay, and then the last thing, Bert also kind of gave an update. It's the battle for Middle Earth. That's what's going on in the chat with baby names. Okay, amazing. Okay. You guys are really cute. Keep it going. That's fine. I'm gonna touch on the last thing, which is what Bert and I have been up to. With all this other stuff going on, I'm in second trimester. I've got energy, and we are working on our basement together. We've gone through phases where we were going to hire someone to do it, and they're like, okay, that's a lot. We can do this ourselves. My dad even came over and helped a little bit. We've been tearing down slat board on our wall. So it's not drywall. It is like plaster over wood panels that run horizontally, and Bert's pulling it down and throwing it away, and we're finding that there's no insulation behind it, which might be why our house is so cold when it's the middle of winter. And we're insulating it ourselves. We're putting it in, we're cutting it, we're stapling it in properly, we're putting up drywall. I'm so proud of us. We're finding things in the wall. So we're doing this, and we're talking through this project. It continues to morph. We're talking about moving our furnace and duct work, and then we're like, no, let's not do that. Let's spend the money on floors. And that's what we're doing. We're working on our house that is over 110 years old. And the last time that our basement had work done in it, and I know because there's newspaper used as insulation in our walls, and I found a piece with a date on it, was 1958. So we are updating a basement from 1958 right now, which is not a livable space at all. I think the ceiling clearance is maybe, I'm 5'6", maybe the ceiling clearance is 5'10", maybe. Maybe a little taller, maybe 6 foot. Bert actually might know the measurements of it. So we're building a workshop down there, and it's also going to become like a lounge area. It is completely unfinished now except for the drywall we've put up. But I'm very excited for the plans of it, and it's fun to be working on this project. Yeah. I know this reference about the one pregnancy to rule them all. For Valentine's Day, I gave Bert the one ring. He likes the silicone rings instead of like the hard metal rings. So I found one of the silicone ones is the one ring, Paul. Bert wore it for a week, and we had a lot of bad luck, so he took it off and he doesn't wear it anymore. Oh my God, you guys are great. Another brick in the wall. So we're staying busy over here. Okay, and then there's one more thing. I'm gonna get super nerdy here. And can anybody at all relate? And please, okay, be gentle if this is super nerdy. Bert and I love games. We really like playing couch co-op video games. And we'll go in phases where I am just so sucked into one game. I want to play it all the time. Overcooked was a big one. We beat every single level together. And then we can battle against each other. That's a favorite. We've done other ones like Catastronauts, where we were cat astronauts. Oh, Catastronauts? And I think there was Catastrophes, and we were cats in space, I think. That wasn't as fun, but I like the name. Okay, so the most recent one we've been doing is called Stardew Valley, and I don't think it's necessarily new, but has anyone else played it? And I'll explain what it is. It's like we're farmers, and I know it kind of sounds like Farmville, or I've never played Farmville or one of those, I don't know, social media versions of this, but we have a farm, and you could literally play this game for hundreds of hours, and there's story, and there's you can farm, and you can have animals or crops, you can go mining, you can do fishing, you have all these side stories, you can marry other non-NPS characters, non-playing NPCs. I don't remember what they're called. Anyway, anyways, I don't know if anyone's heard of this before. Bert and I have been geeking out. It tells you how many hours you've been playing the game, and I think we're somewhere in the 20 hours accumulated time. I'm like, I don't know when we stop, I don't know when we cut off, but we only play for like 45 minutes per night. But I always get worried that Bert's going to get tired of it before I do, and he's going to be like, I don't know if we should play, and I'm going to be really disappointed and then get up in the middle of the night and go play and farm. Anyway. NPCs, yes, thank you. Non-playing characters, so characters that are written into the stories. Yeah, Kelly, this whole episode is nerdy. I don't understand any of these references. I love it. Oh my god. Oh no, we surpassed 30 hours. Bert is correcting me. But we've been playing for a few weeks now. Like, that is not from like 1 week of playing. That's from several weeks. We just do a little bit at a time. The crops grow, like, I think each day takes us about 10 minutes. And you get up, you milk your cows, I pet my chickens, I collect the eggs and make mayonnaise, make cheese. Bert goes to the mines and tries and gets iron and copper so that I can make more beehives. Why beehives take copper, I don't know. I'm tapping my trees and getting sap and maple syrup. It's just like so much fun. And then we've got like these things that we have to try and accomplish together. It's teamwork, though. Bert, I think, is getting a little irritated with how much planning I'm doing. And he's like, it's not very spontaneous anymore, is it? And I'm like, no, not anymore. Can you go to the mines and get me more copper, please? Oh my god. Oh, so Paul, you've actually heard of this. This is awesome. That it is a super chill game. It is like, that is why I think why I love it, because it is like such low stress, and for me, it's almost like at night, if I were to have a glass of wine to, like, calm down and stuff, like, this is my new glass of wine. This is my new glass of wine, okay? And it's safe for the baby. I don't know that we've done this one. I feel like we've heard of it. Lovers in Dangerous Space-Time. I have to remind Bert, did we do that one? I feel like we might have. We looked at the video for that, and I think it was very responsive with the controllers, like going through the grass and everything, and maybe we were waiting for it to come out and then we never played it. Oh my god, I'm not going to put all these comments up here because you guys are so silly. Yeah, play now while we still have the time and energy. Absolutely, I totally understand, and that's why we are doing what we're doing now while we can. Yeah, there will be time for this nonsense with a newborn. Oh my god, you guys. Dad, I'm glad you're getting all the Lord of the Rings. And Bert did find the bottom of the mines in Stardew Valley. He doesn't sing, but we should. Okay. You guys. Yeah, we're getting it all on while we can. Oh, we did play that one. Okay, so maybe I just don't remember it. Another really good one. I think I might have talked about this on another episode, was, and then I have to wrap up soon because I've been talking forever today. I'm so sorry. Was It Takes Two. Fabulous game. Such a sweet story. So much fun. I absolutely love it. So I recommend that one too. It Takes Two. It's for two people to play together on the couch. And it is more geared for like a married couple or people in a relationship. And if in particular, almost if you're in a turbulent relationship too, or need just a little bit of a push, because it's about a little couple that do this because they shrink down and then they get to like explore like the house and the yard as like tiny people, and it's just like such a fun adventure, and they have to work together to kind of recover their differences and remind themselves of why they love each other. And it's just very sweet. And I love that story, and it was a lot of fun to play. One came to mind and I was going to say it, but anyway, Kelly's right. It has become a very super nerdy episode. Honey, I Shrunk the Couple. Yeah, kind of. Okay. So anyway, things are going pretty balanced around here is what I would say. So we are on a high note. That probably means I'm jinxing it and things will fall apart tomorrow, but we have to expect that things will not be perfect all the time. And I think as soon as you can kind of accept things will go wrong and you'll have stressful days, like the easier it is. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope you're a little bit inspired to either play video games or maybe become foster parents or both, or even just volunteer with some kids that need it. And if you've already done that, and or you're already doing it, thank you. Thank you for being you. It's often a thankless job, and you kind of just have to wait for these payoff moments to come around, and just have that good feeling to sit on. So thank you if you are doing it. Okay, I'm going to wrap up. Next Monday is spring break around here. I don't know. I know everyone's on different spring breaks and stuff, but spring break. Bert and I are actually taking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off next week. Nope, we're not going anywhere hot and warm and fun. We are going to stay home and work on our basement. But I'm excited because I will definitely hopefully not be late to the live stream unless I'm like so forgetful that it's Monday. But the cool thing about next Monday is our anatomy scan, so I'll be able to share, hopefully, that everything's going well, give you an update on the basement, and I don't know. We'll see what nerdy things come up next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to sign off now. I'll talk to you later. Bye.